Today we are going to learn History's third lesson, India's Internal Challenges, part 2nd. In the first part of the video we learnt about as the unrest in Punjab, after that the Operation Blue Star, Operation Black Thunder, then issues concerning Northeast India, then the independent establishment of the independent states as Mizoram, Nagaland, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. Now in this part we are going to learn about the Naxalite movement, communalism, regionalism. Now Naxalite movement. The Naxalite movement started at Naxalbari in Darjeeling district of West Bengal in 1967. The Naxalites organized a protest movement against the exploitation of small farmers and landless laborers by the landlords. Its objective was to establish an action committee to raise voice against the exploitation of farmers, to confiscate land from landlords and distribute to it among tenants. Now, however, it later assumed from the terrorist movement with the Naxal starting their parallel system of governance. It posed a serious challenge to India's internal security. This movement spread to Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Maharashtra. The Naxals have formed in People's Liberation Guerrilla Army, that PLGA, to maintain their influence. The conflict with the Naxalites is still going on. Now second, as communalism. Communalism means narrow or excessive pride in one's own religion. The seeds of communalism were sown by the British. Fanaticism is at the root cause of communalism. It results in mutual suspicion and distrust among the followers of different religions. The outlook of people become prejudiced. Even social and economic problems are pursued from the religious angle. People believe that they have no influences in politics and are unjustly treated because they belong to a particular religion. They become too sensitive about their religion and co-religionist. Any insult to their religion and religious symbols led to as a communal riots. Hundreds of innocent people are killed and property worth crores of rupees is destroyed. Social unity and in turn national unity receives a blow. It is necessary to counter communalism. We should mix with people of different religions, accept their good practices and ideas. We should understand socio-economic problem rationally and not mix this up with a religion. We should search for the reasons that are responsible for disturbing communal harmony. In this way, we can put an end to communalism and strengthen the national unity. Regionalism. Regionalism is excessive pride about one's region. Feeling superior than others is morbid or excessive regional pride. Regionalism thrives on regional imbalance in development. Some states achieved higher economy and industrial development while some states remained backward. The developed advanced states are also achieved progress in health, civic amenities and education, whereas less developed states remained backward in all these sectors areas. The backward states feel that they were kept away from the benefits of development. Thereby, their understanding between the states is broken, and this has a negative impact on national unity. Efforts are being made to solve the problems of regional imbalance in economic development. Regionalism can affect the development as well as backward states. People in the developed states begin to feel that they are superior and look down upon the people in the less developed states as inferior. They are not willing to share benefits of development with the backward states. On the other hand, the people in backward states are aroused by or made appeal there about their regional identity, signification of local traditions and culture. This leads to regionalism and endangers the national unity. The evils of regionalism can be tackled by reducing the imbalance in development. Now here about the as Naxalite movement, communalism and regionalism. These problems still our country is facing. We have studied the few challenges that India is facing. Apart from this, there are several problems like overpopulation, cleanliness, agriculture, and the problems of the farmers, poverty, housing, and food. We are trying to overcome these and move forward. We are progressing steadily. In the next chapter, we shall learn about the progress in economic field.